A man with a hole in his head. Phineas Gage was the unfortunate railroad worker who suffered a brain injury when an iron tamping rod was shot accidentally through his head. He miraculously survived. After the accident, Gage was unable to return to his previous job, but after a couple of years, he finally got a job in Chile. After suffering a series of epileptic seizures, Gage died almost 12 years after his accident. He was a medical marvel because not only he unbelievably survived from that accident, but also Phineas had a dramatic personality change after his injury. He went from being a hard-working foreman to a groove man who could not hold a job. As you see, iron rod went through prefrontal lobe. 11% of Gage's white matter was damaged, along with 4% of the cortex. It illustrates that while cortical damage was restricted to the left frontal lobe, the passage of the tamping iron resulted in the widespread interruption of white matter connectivity throughout his brain, so it likely was a major contributor to the behavioral changes he experienced, and connections were lost between the left frontal, left temporal, and right frontal cortices and the left limbic structures of the brain. So the frontal lobe, which is in front of the skull, plays a major role in memory formation, emotions, decision making, personality, and fine motor movements. The injury did lead to a loss of social inhibition, leading Gage to behave in ways that were seen inappropriate. Therefore, scientists realized that frontal lobe must be the area responsible for personality and impulse control. They also noticed that Gage's memory and general intelligence were completely undisturbed, leading them to discover that different parts of the brain were responsible for different aspects of one's life. The discovery also led them to another fact that the brain could heal itself because Phineas finally got a job in Chile which needed different skills like social skills. So we can say thank you, Mr. Gage, because his story had a huge influence on the scientific and popular understanding of the brain. There had been a long running debate whether different regions in the brain govern different behaviors. Here was a case of severe damage to the left frontal lobe, followed by a dramatic personality shift, and it seemed to prove the point once and for all. Thank you for watching this presentation.